Hello everyone, it's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little video for you. We're here to discuss the transfer news, Bruno Fernandes, big update. We're going to get into it, give you our thoughts and etc. in this. Get your thoughts and opinions down below and also smash that like button on it and let's be having you. So Bruno Fernandes is wanted by Al-Hilal over in Saudi Arabia. Lots of reports coming out today that they're about to table a rather hefty large offer somewhere in the region of around about £80 million, which is of course a lot of money. But I wouldn't sell Bruno Fernandes for that. You're going to have to pay somewhere near double to get Bruno Fernandes from Manchester United, in my opinion. Maybe not double, but a huge money offer that's just too good to turn down for a 31-year-old player, i.e. £120 million, £130 million. People always say that's crazy, but it looks like Liverpool are about to get Florian Wirtz for around about €130 million, which is crazy, mate. What are they doing? That's an insane offer and an insane transfer dealing if that is the case. Fair enough, they're not messing around and they're getting their players. But 130 million, you're having a bubble bath with a giraffe on that one, Scousers. But either way, you know, that's the sort of money that's going to have to be spent on the player like Bruno Fernandes if Al-Hilal are going to convince Manchester United to sell him. Lots of reports coming out that they're going to table somewhere in the region of an 80 million offer. The representatives have been in contact with Manchester United and Bruno Fernandes at the moment. Fabrizio reporting that Bruno Fernandes has not given his decision or his thoughts or had any communication or contact with Manchester United or Al-Hilal in regards to actually wanting to join Al-Hilal at this stage. But surely, now that these couple of games that have happened on Manchester United's tour are over, I say tour, Manchester United's end-of-season money grab from the Glazers over in Asia, these two games we've just seen, after that's all finished, you can expect that there's going to be some movement on it. The news sources, you know, all suggesting that Al-Hilal are prepared to pay pretty much what Manchester United want for him, which means that we could well be seeing the end of Bruno Fernandes at Manchester United. And I'm gutted about it, to be fair. I think he's a great player, although he did really annoy me today with that guff, Mario Balotelli-esque guff that he did. Though he did really annoy me today with that Mario Balotelli-esque guff that he did when he was through on goal, could have got a simple shot off, but no, tried to be too clever. Melter. But other than that, I love what he brings to our table in regards to his quality. He creates a lot, he scores a lot, he's dangerous, he's a leader. Maybe he's not the best leader we've ever had, but he's certainly a very good leader within this squad of melters. And the stats from Bruno this season, and he's one of the only players to actually put up any sort of decent season. I think he had 39 goal contributions in 57 games for Manchester United in all competitions. That's pretty damn good going. I think, was it 19 goals, 20 assists, somewhere in that region, but very good, solid stats in a season from Bruno Fernandes there. You can't really argue with it. That's the sort of quality player that he is, and he's doing it, you know, for United in a struggling side in the Premier League and top competitions and stuff like that. It remains to be seen whether Bruno would leave Manchester United for Saudi. They might want him, but so far we haven't had that communicated to us, and it's understood Bruno's not really began those discussions yet. But I would like to think that he'd rather stay at a great club like Manchester United, who has the potential to be a great club once again. I say a great club. While we've got those Glazer shithouses in charge, it's not a particularly great club right now. But it obviously history-wise, and it has the potential to be, again, Bruno loves it here. But there comes a point when maybe it's the right time to leave. For instance, you've just finished 15th and you don't have Champions League football. And there's a fat, juicy, golden egg offer on the table for hundreds and hundreds of thousands of pounds a week more than what you're currently getting. Just from a financial point of view, to set up his family, it makes a lot of sense for the player at his age. But he's still got so much to offer in the top leagues in Europe. I would have suggested if he did want to move away from United, surely it would be to one of the powerhouses around Europe. Otherwise, he'd want to stay. But who knows? I think it's going to come down to the point where it becomes too much money to turn down. And that's for Manchester United's transfer offer that we receive. And that goes for the wages as well. I mean, if he's being paid, you know, 900,000 a week or whatever crazy figure that's being bandied around, it's too hard to turn down in a lot of ways. Plus, also, if Manchester United do get the money that we want for him, that can be reinvested back into the squad by our coach and by the recruitment team, who, let's face it, have done a gash job over the years. But hopefully they'd be able to spend that money a bit better, and we could get some ballers in. You know, Gyökeres may well happen. If Bruno's sold, surely we could convince Gyökeres to come, for instance. That's a strong possibility. So it would give us money to play with. Whether or not he'd want to come to a team that's finished 15th and has no Champions League football is another question. But we would have the money to spend, wouldn't we? There's all these talks about us having to pay for previous transfers and us being in the financial shitter, which is true. And especially missing out on the Champions League football next season, losing out on like 100 million extra revenue has seriously hurt us. and to actually balance things up again in financially for the Glazers and for this football club, you would have to try and get rid of a lot of players this summer, sell players, and for big money like Bruno Fernandes. If you sold Bruno Fernandes, that basically just completely just absorbs that damage that was done, wasn't it, from that Champions League failure, not getting the Champions League football by losing the Europa final. It completely sort of absorbs that. So hopefully we do some great business if Bruno goes. Just want to tell you my thoughts on Bruno. I don't want Bruno to go anywhere. Have your say down below. Would you take £120 million for Bruno and let him go? Yes or no? Get yourself and your thoughts down below in the comments. But I personally say only if it's a really ridiculous offer. We're talking about 130 million for Wirtz. Now, if we could get something like that, it's hard to turn down. The guy's 31. He is a baller. He's one of the only players that's got any decent stats for us this season. He's a quality player and always has been for Man United. But nobody's irreplaceable at this football club. And there becomes a point, like in anything, when it just becomes too good an offer to turn down. And Bruno may well find himself in that situation with what's being offered to him in terms of personal terms, but also Man United may well find that in terms of the transfer offer being too good. Bruno, after the Europa League final, was asked about his future. He said he doesn't want to go anywhere. He doesn't want to make decisions just based on the finances of being paid a lot of money. He loves United, etc. And unless he's told by the higher-ups at the football club to leave due to financial reasons, i.e. we're going to get a big fat load of cash, then he won't be going anywhere. But that may well happen. If United receive an offer of 100 million, 120 million, whatever it may be, maybe even be more than that, who knows, I doubt it. But he is a great player and he would be like a huge name over there to have in the Saudi League for Al-Hilal. And they may well increase the offer significantly. Right now, there's an £80 million figure being bandied around. I wouldn't sell him for 80. No way would I sell him for 80. No, he's too good of a player. What are we going to do with that 80 million? Probably go and buy another Anthony Dos Gastos type player. So I wouldn't want to lose out on our best player just to receive enough money to go and strengthen with a couple of melters that may well be good, but may not turn out brilliant. I mean, Gyökeres, yes, we would all love to see Gyökeres come to the football club. That would be a great addition. But it's also somewhat unrealistic with our issues that we've mentioned previously. But Bruno Fernandes, if we could receive somewhere in the region of, I think it's got to be at least 120 million to make me convinced. For 120 million, I would think we could get two top-class players for that in this window. That's if those Glazer shithousers would even give Manchester United all of that money back to be able to utilise in our transfer kitty. Probably not, knowing those charters. So we'll see. But there's also lots of other players that we could move on. We're still understood to be open to letting Rasmus Højlund leave. Maybe an Italian club coming in for him. Hopefully Andre Onana could be moved on as well. That would be brilliant. There's other players like Garnacho who could maybe generate 50 or 60 million pounds if he does indeed want to go and Amorim doesn't want to keep him. Same goes for Rashford. He can get 40 million quid if he goes to Barca or whatever added to the transfer kitty. So we've got a few players, you know, that we can sell. We don't need to sell Bruno. I don't want to sell him. However, there comes a financial point where it just is too good to turn down. And if Al-Hilal make that the case, then I think we could see the end of Bruno Fernandes at United. It's a sad time, to be fair. I don't want to see this happen, but I think it's got a 50-50 chance of happening right now. It just depends on what Bruno wants. If Bruno doesn't want to go to Saudi, he may not want to go to Saudi. It's not a legacy league. It's only a cash league. It's a gash league. It's just a cash league, to be fair. Yes, they're getting better. They're adding more talents. That it's an absolute money league. That's the only reason you go over there is to improve your wallet, not improve your legacy. So if he wants legacy, stay at United, help us get back to where we belong and maybe win some more things. Even in the last few years where we've been struggling, he still picked up a couple of cups. United knows what it's like to lift silverware with us. So I'm hoping that he wants to stay. Anyway, I wanted to get on here, give you the update. It does look like Al-Hilal are on the hunt for Bruno Fernandes as of right now. Now that these couple of games of the tour are over, we'll probably see some more movement on it. We'll see what Manchester United decide to do. And in the negotiations, whether or not Al-Hilal can reach the amount that we think actually makes sense. Oh, goodness me. Anyway, there's the latest on it. We will be doing a live stream later, so keep a lookout for that. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We're almost at 90,000 subscribers now. We just need a handful more legends to hit that subscribe button. So give us a subscribe, smash the like on it, hit the thumbs up on the video. You know it makes sense. Links in the description to follow us everywhere on social media, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. That's the end of the video. Piggy loves you.